Good morning, good morning. Okay, I think I finally found decent lighting in my apartment. Let's see how it comes out. It took forever, but I finally found it after 5 years. Okay. Oh, this is only downside of this room. So you'll be chewing now. Okay. Dude, you're like right in my way. And then bodybuilding poses are classic poses I'm still working on. But I know the main one I'm kind of playing with right now is the whole forward angle. Still playing with a few poses, but I went from there. Okay, so let's see. Start off with the easy ones to hit. Hit that one above. Easy ones to hit. Water for me has been just over a gallon. I would roughly say like a gallon and a quarter. And when I say a gallon, I mean like going out and buying a gallon of water and then kind of doing that. So I'm definitely hitting that and then some. So I'd say probably about a gallon and a quarter a day. Sorry, it'll leave like 20 minutes. So let's talk about meals real quick. So meals are pretty simple for me. Breakfast is, well, post-workout snack is about like 9:30. It's pretty much like a protein shake. And I'll either do that with just like straight water and, I'm brain farting. Just water, shaker cup, down. Or I'll do a scoop of protein, 2 egg whites, so like an extra 10 grams of protein, and then I'll microwave that for like a minute and do like a lava cake. That has been like one of my go-tos lately, especially since it's getting colder. I've been kind of favoring doing that. Plus, it's an extra 10 grams of protein, so it's like easier for me later in the night. So that's like 9:30. Lunch is, I do everything in grams. So 186 grams, which is roughly about a cup of egg whites, 1 whole egg, 2 slices of bacon, and then cabbage. So cabbage has a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and then my eggs have a 1/4 teaspoon Himalayan salt. Okay, moving on to, that's roughly about like, usually for me that's about like 11. I try to do my protein shake, and then I'll roughly about like an hour and a half later is when I'll do my first actual meal. From there, I just have a timer set for 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours, I start cooking, or I start prepping my food. So for me, lunch and my meal 2 and meal 3 are pretty much the same. So I've got like asparagus and then like 4 ounces of chicken. And then I will season that with about, same thing. I'd honestly say it's about like 1/3 of a teaspoon of, today I used a low sodium seasoning, like a Parmesan seasoning. But usually it's like I said, about 1/3 of a teaspoon of sea salt. And then my green beans so that's meal 2, is like 200 grams of asparagus, 4 ounces of chicken, which, okay, it's actually like 3.6 just because of water weight and stuff like that, but like, cooking down, all that nonsense. So meal 3 is, or it has been, okay, so that you talk about that at the end. So meal 3 is pretty much half a bag of cauliflower rice, which is about 170 grams of cauliflower rice, with 60 grams of avocado, and that's actually going to be taken out starting today or tomorrow. I've got 1 avocado left, and my avocados are starting to go bad, so depending on today or tomorrow how good that avocado is, today's going to be my last avocado. I kind of do that just for the extra fats. Yeah, literally extra fats. I think like 20 grams of fat is kind of where I get without like looking for extra fat. In this case right now it's avocado. After my avocado is done, I'm going to switch over to coconut oil. Just going to be the same thing. Roughly about like 8 grams worth of fat in coconut oil. So cauliflower rice, avocado. Right now it's 60 grams of avocado. I'm like salivating. I'm hungry. I've got asparagus in the oven right now. I'm hungry. With that is about 5 ounces of baked cod. It's roughly about a serving and a half of cod. So it's like 6 ounces raw of cod. And then I'll do that with lemon juice. And then on top of that, I'll throw on an extra, like a 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan salt with 10 grams of salsa. I want to say that's 0 calories, actually. Yeah, it's like 0 calories. It's like maybe 2 grams of carbs if you hit 2 ounces worth of salsa. But again, I'm hitting Like I said, about 15 grams. It doesn't really take a lot for flavor. I'll mix that into a good little mudge of pudge, and I'll eat it. So yesterday was my first day changing it up. Yesterday I did green. Well, yesterday and probably the next 2 days are going to be green beans, just because I have them and I haven't been eating them. So it's pretty much the same as meal two, baked green or baked, bleh, except instead of asparagus, it's green beans. So baked green beans, roughly about a third of a teaspoon of sea salt with some red chili flakes, 4 ounces of chicken. Done. Boring. Basic. Not fun. Previously to that, it was a salad. So it was like 100, no, it was not 100. It was 85 grams of mixed greens, 100 grams of cucumber, 15 grams of honey mustard, which is 0 calories, I checked, I think. If anything, it's like 2. Yeah, it's like 1 gram of carb. So, that's like 3 grams of carbs right there. I'll do that with another 4 ounces of chicken, and then I'll do that with like some diced tomatoes with some Italian seasoning for flavor. Sometimes I'll add in some sriracha for like extra zing. That's pretty much it. It's like 3 meals and then a protein shake. That's all I eat with that. Stress. So until this week, stress has been like non-existent. I think I just kind of got like smacked in the face as far as like, good days, bad days. And it kind of dawned upon me. I was like, damn, am I going to be ready for this? Like, shit's getting real. It's coming close. Like, we're coming in. And like, I just don't know. There's a lot of variables. I think especially coming from like natural bodybuilding, where like you see the standard of natural bodybuilding right now, and those guys, like elite level natural bodybuilding, is kind of like the physique that I've always wanted to go for to come into stage. And like I see that and I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm at 1,100 calories. I am intentionally hitting like 17,500 to 18,000 calories, not calories, like steps a day. And I'm just like, bro, like, what do I pull from? Like, is there anything to pull from? Or, like, did we just, it all comes, I think I kind of, like, overstress. I'm like, did me, or did we, I guess you can say, not being as aggressive as we could have at the start of prep really, like, impact me that much? So, like I said, for me, I was like, shit, dude, like, I've got nowhere to pull from at this point. Like, nowhere. I mean, like, yeah, that shitty comment Brad said was like, oh, we're gonna have to drop you down like 900 calories. I'm like, shit, dude, like, that might have to happen. And I'm like, it's doable. I'm like, carbs, and I was thinking about this last night when I was walking my dogs, and I was like, carbs, I can pretty much, I'm pretty sure I can settle on like 30 grams of carbs. That's gonna be low, but I'm pretty sure like mentally I can do it if I know it's gonna be like a 2-week thing. And I was like, shit, should I do that? Protein is like stupid high. But I mean, it's working, I'm not having any issues with that. My fats are, like I said, I get to like 20 grams of fat, and I'm like looking for funsies for fat. Food sources, went over that. Sodium, I kind of went over that. Everything for me is like pretty much a quarter teaspoon. Energy is, the mornings are like steady. They're like, we're just cruise controlling along. Depending how hard my workout is, like I did legs the other day. Damn. And there was so many factors that went into that. Like, I don't know if it was just, I'm used to wearing short shorts and a shirt and just like doing my thing, or like short shorts and a sweater and just doing my thing. I was in the gym in like sweatpants, a sweater, a t-shirt, and a beanie on. It was cold. And I was like, maybe I'm just like, I wasn't like my free-spirited self. The sweatpants were holding me back. I was rough. Damn, that was rough. I got halfway through my workout. I was like, okay, I should be doing 3 sets, but I don't have it in me. I'm just done. Like, I felt like I was doing more harm than good if I would have kept going heavier. It just, like, I wasn't in the right mindset. Other than that workout, though, fatigue has not really been a factor in the gym. Outside of the gym, I'm definitely tired. Um, Late afternoon, early evening, I'm like, I'm hurting. I'm like walking my dogs, and like it's about an hour. So I have three dogs, and I'm dog sitting another guy's dog. So I walk one dog, my big one. I walk her about 35 minutes around my apartments and around the neighboring apartments. That alone is like 5,000 steps. And then I'll take out Gaston and Cleo around just my apartments, and that's roughly about like 2,100 steps. Um, so by the time I get back from walking those two, like at night especially, like I'm just like, oh my god. Like I'm like holding the leash and I'm like, just pull me up the stairs. Like let's go, pull me up these things. I'm hurting. I'm so tired. Um, but overall, like my fatigue levels are like morning. Or not, my energy levels like morning good. Afternoon we had like a slight decline, and it's like kind of from like the evening or from the afternoon, just like and there's no like it's just like sleep wise I have been getting about 7 hours, what I've really been striving for. There's definitely been some days like over the past like week where I'm just like shit, I gotta go like lay down and I'll take like a 30-minute power nap. I'm just tired. Fatigue though, so I have a busy morning ahead of me. I gotta run out the door in like 5 minutes, but we're gonna see kind of how my fatigue goes in the gym today. I'm doing back. Yeah, I'm gonna do back today. I'm gonna look at my plan and pretty much I'm gonna knock everything down to 2 sets is gonna be my plan. I think for like the big moves that I'm really feeling, i.e. more of the I guess you can say like the isolation movements, like my leg extensions and stuff like that. I just finished my asparagus. Check this out. But yeah, I think like for my compound movements, see, asparagus. How boring, right? I should have added some chili flakes, give it some color. But I think for my compound movements, I'm gonna like drop those down to 2 sets, just for the sake of like not overdoing it. I'm just as tired as I've been the last couple days. Like I'm just hurting. Ooh, fun topic. So we had that refeed on Saturday. Damn, my weight shot up. I went from like consistently being in like I would say 35s. I had like a couple good days of like 135. And then out of nowhere, my weight was like 138. And I was like, this motherfucker. Gaston, let's go. Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere on me. But the scale is going back down steadily. I'm assuming I just like filled my glycogen stores. Where's my shirt? Yeah, I'm assuming I just like filled everything out and I was good. Okay, well let me get my chicken because I gotta run out the door soon. But yeah, it was really kind of like a brain fuck seeing that. Like I said, as soon as I saw that scale go up, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, but my conditioning is like the thing I was talking about. So, like I said, I got nowhere to pull from. Like, I look at myself, and I'm like, bruh, like, what else do I pull from as far as like calories? I still have a long way to go. Like, I look at myself, and I was like, oh, yeah. Like, I feel like I look okay, but I think the main thing that's kind of messing with me is the difference between classic and bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, they want you like peeled. Classic, I want to say that classic goes more for like the full look is what they look for. But I saw the kid who won the USA, the show that Phil did, like USA something. And like the kid that won that and like, you know, the first ever classic guy, I looked at him and was like, dude, like how did you win this show compared to the other guy? I saw the other guy that was up there and I was like, dang, how did this happen? Because like he looks okay, but I'm like, I don't know. It's like to this day, like I was talking to him yesterday because he knows I'm going to compete in classic this time. And we were kind of talking. And like for the heart of me, I just couldn't be like, yeah, like, you know, you look good. I'm really proud of you, but like, you look basic. Like that's not what I want to go for. You know, like I've always wanted to bring like that elite level conditioning to the stage. Which kind of brings me into the topic of after this show, I definitely am bumping up. I'm gonna take 2 years off. Like I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna take 2 years off. I want to really focus on getting my caloric intake up without being like bloated and fat. So 2021, 2022, long way away, but like I really want to bring that conditioning because that's what I've wanted to bring this whole time is like that conditioning, that like pro level, like the fuck is this shit conditioning. It's really sad that 30 seconds is like all you need to micro chicken. It's really sad. But all right, I'm gonna upload this and hopefully run to the door in a second. So keep me updated. Let me know what's going on. Let's do this shit.